There was something about the process of unrealized dreams. I decided it was a time to come to California. I had like $106 in the bank that I had to sell my dog, and things were not looking very, very good. I went to see Muhammad Ali fight Chuck Wetmore. And 3 days later, I came up with the script of Rocky.
And the winner is Rocky. To all the Rockies in the world, I love you.
We're all Rockies in a sense. We all have this struggle to try to realize our dream, which is trying to be appreciated in our own lifetime. To say, you know what, I'm not the fastest, I'm not the prettiest, I'm not the tallest, but I'd just like to take a shot at it.
You can beat him because you're a champion.
Or die for something.
The winner is Rocky.
You were nominated for both writing the screenplay and acting that year. Only two other people, Charlie Chaplin and Orson Welles, have ever been nominated in those two categories in the same year.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. This guy here, that's the toughest opponent you're ever going to have to face. I believe that's true in the ring, and I think that's true in life. Now show me something.
Sylvester Stallone, everybody! Anybody who's ever boxed or actually been born as a fan of Sylvester Stallone, I had a chance to sit down and have a couple of cocktails with him over at Maria Menounos' house a few months ago, and it turns out we were thick as thieves very quickly, and I was honored that he asked me to come out here and interview him tonight, so this is my privilege.
Thank you.
And again, put your hands together for this guy. So we're here to talk success and motivation. I feel like Rocky is the movie embodiment of motivation and success. And it's easy now, or not as difficult now, but before Rocky, what was your motivation? What was the impetus of Rocky? Where were you when you started that process?
Well, you know, you start at ground zero. You know there's something out there for you to do, but you're not quite sure what it is. And I believe in just sticking your hands into a lot of different pots, and then finally I thought, what is something I enjoy doing? So it was movies, theatricality, being lost in fantasy. So I said, okay, maybe I can make a living out of that. Well, I failed miserably. I slur, I don't speak clearly, I'm not your typical leading man. So I was relegated to making furniture, working backstage, and all my other friends were getting jobs. But I said, somehow I knew there was something more in there. And that's when I went home and I started to write these one-act little plays. Of course, they would never put them on at the school. It was the University of Miami. So I found this abandoned church and a bunch of other losers that never were getting a break, and we put on our own shows. And, you know, and so one thing led to another, until finally that I said, you know, I'm never going to get anywhere in this college acting atmosphere. I'm not sophisticated enough, I'm not trained enough. It just wasn't working. And that's when I left Miami 3 credits shy and went to New York. And that's when I really learned about failure. I said, no, when you really study failure, failure is like an interesting subject. You go, how does this happen? You know, and
It's the only subject I've gotten an A in.
am I right? You go, huh? Why am I so good at failure? Well, and I looked around. When I came to New York, it was interesting. You know, you come to a town, 8 million people, and I know nobody, 0. So you're starting at ground zero. It isn't like you're going there meeting a friend. Oh yeah, can I move into your apartment? You're going into a flop house. You're sharing a bathroom with 10 transients. So you're at ground zero. So
Hold on, transient means homeless person, not Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry, just want to be clear.
Yeah, that's exactly
No,
it.
I'm just one. A lot of these people have had a couple of cocktails. They don't know what's going on. Sorry.
So right then I said, you know, you gotta start somewhere. Okay, what am I gonna do? I can either sit in this room and go nowhere, or let me just have a plan. And at that time they had the yellow pages. So I would take a page and the top, starting at A, agents, people, casting directors, extras, whatever it was, and go around and visit them. And I didn't know the city, so you end up walking miles, right to the subway, it's hot, it's boiling, and you don't even have a picture. So I go in and get those things, you know, for 25 cents. Headshots. So you get these little pictures, and they send you out, they reject you and tell you to get lost. But every time they do it, you just learn a little bit more. So eventually, it became a pretty dramatic situation where it's like $38 a week. I got a job as an usher. Why? Because I wanted to study movies. I figured, okay, I could work at night being an usher, really look at films and how they're made over and over. So you're watching Easy Riders 60, 70, 80 times. I said, you know what? I think I could write that. I could try to write that. So I bought a tape recorder, tape the film, go home, play it, and then try to write new dialogue to replace it. So
Or Easy Rider.
Or Easy Rider. Even though it was fine, you just try to do your own thing. So anything, it was just constantly working and trying to find a niche. Now, I was not a writer, but I became a writer from that.
I think there's an interesting thing, and you'll back me up on this, but there's this sort of feeling that I think a lot of people have, which is even though Sylvester Stallone wasn't Sylvester Stallone back then, somehow people knew he would be. But nobody ever knows. Like, I hung around with Jimmy Kimmel long enough back in the day when he was told to shut up and sit down and no one was going to listen to him, and I had it myself and you had it yourself.
Right.
I think there's a kind of a feeling that somehow people must have known you were going to be you, but that's not the case.
No.
Nameless and faceless.
It wasn't until, literally, I had almost given up. And I found this apartment. It was $71.80 a month, and which was a godsend. And I thought, you know, I'm never going to make it as an actor. I've tried, and I couldn't get jobs as an extra. I remember I went up for The Godfather. I said, if anyone can get a job as a greaseball, it's me. And no. I said, really? I said, okay, I'll take that as an omen. And that's when I went home. I found this can of paint in the street, painted my windows black. I couldn't afford a telephone, and said, all right, I want to be a writer. And when I tell you, I was a miserable writer. I don't think, in my last year at Lincoln High School, I was 7 Fs, and I even failed phys ed. I mean, I just never went. I was just that kind of person that I knew I just didn't fit into something like that. Certain people, I mean, some of you are very pragmatic, very organized, and you go by the book, and some of you are abstract and freeform, and you just work on instinct. That's me. So I started writing, and I would write these little stories. And there was a show called Touch of Evil, where it was, at that time, Anthony Quayle was the host, So I went home literally and wrote 5 treatments about Edgar Allan Poe, about the Ballad of Butcher Bloom, the Monster of Manchester, all these kind of like stupid things. And I said, you know what? I can do this. And that was the beginning of the writing, and that's what really started my the whole career.
Did you know, early in my career, I knew I could do it, but I didn't think I would ever get a chance to do it.
Well,
Did
that's
you have that
the biggest
feeling
dilemma,
that you
yeah.
knew you could do it, but you would never get a
Yeah.
chance to?
Yeah, that to me is one of my, crowning themes that I keep coming back to, which I think is one of the most malignant aspects of society that we all strive. It's almost a birthright to at least get an opportunity to go up to home plate, pick up the ephemeral bat, and take a swing and say, you know what, I know I can hit it over the fence. And you do. Or you don't, but at least you got to swing the opportunity. And when the opportunity is not presented to people, that just leaves a lifetime of frustration and a hole in your heart. That's why that's what Rocky was all about. He had no idea. He knew he had something, but he never had the opportunity until he meets Adrian and Mickey, and just all of a sudden he blossoms.